U.S. is pretty much, in the Biden administration, is preventing anything from changing on the ground. They're even preventing Congress from having a say. They just authorized 15,000 tank shells to Israel, circumventing congressional approval.
Yeah, yeah. And they also admitted that they're not monitoring Israel to see whether it's complying with the laws of war, which, of course, they have to do, because if they did monitor Israel, they wouldn't be able to give Israel the weapons, because Israel flagrantly violates international law every single second with its bombing campaign of all these civilian targets in Gaza. I mean, let's talk about that for a second. They're just destroying all aspects of civilian life. Not just going after hospitals, but also schools, all the universities, I think now in Gaza, all of them have been destroyed. The courthouse, I believe Gaza's oldest mosque was among the most recent targets. I mean, anything that can represent Gazan society has just been leveled to the ground.
This was filmed by Israeli soldiers yesterday, I believe. They're blowing up a UN school that was used to shelter refugees. You can hear the soldiers. Yo! So kids used to go to school there. Everyone I know in Gaza went to a UN school. That's how they learned to speak English. And they're blowing up the schools. They've waged a war on hospitals. There are no functioning hospitals in the north of Gaza. This is deliberate. They've attacked every Palestinian institution. I don't have it in front of me, and this will relate to another topic we're going to discuss, but their journalists' family members are getting phone calls threatening to kill them. So they're attacking the media. They are also in control of all the borders around Gaza, including the Egyptian Gaza border. Egypt has no control over that. And what I understand they're doing from a source who's very close to these aid deliveries is they're actually taking anesthetic out of the aid trucks. The few aid trucks that are going in, they're taking anesthetic out. And that's why you're seeing doctors perform operations on children and all sorts of people without any anesthesia. It was an Israeli decision to torture them. What they want to do is eliminate all Palestinian institutions inside the Gaza Strip to turn the population into a helpless mass that will have to go elsewhere to seek help. They're manufacturing a humanitarian crisis, and they're making their intention is to make Gaza completely uninhabitable, to thin the population, in the words of Ron Dermer, special assistant to Benjamin Netanyahu, former ambassador to the U.S., spent most of his life in the U.S., by the way. And he said that they're working on a plan to thin the population of Gaza. None of the aid, by the way, is getting into the north. Nothing is going past Deir al-Bala or to Deir al-Bala. It's all going just to Khan Yunis and Rafah. And so basically, if you're in the north, you're at the mercy of the Israeli military, and people are reporting that they don't eat for 3 days now.
Yeah, I believe the UN figure was that 90% of the people in Gaza are starving. The aid that is coming in is less than half of what it was from before the brief pause that happened last month for 7 days. There are all these aid organizations that are warning this is the worst thing they've ever seen, the worst crisis they've ever seen. There was just a joint statement from them